Next portion, we're going to talk about exercise and dementia. So this is specifically, if you're not familiar with dementia, it's kind of like a memory-related issue. It's a general memory-related issue. Alzheimer's is kind of under this category, but we're just going to talk briefly about it because I think it's something that's super cool. So to start out, we're going to talk about the study. It was a study done in Wales where 2,000 Wales men around 35 years old were kind of taken under these 5 different categories. The categories was if they exercised regularly, if they didn't smoke, if they had moderate alcohol intake, and if they had a healthy body weight and a healthy diet. Obviously, healthy diet can mean a lot of different things. Moderate alcohol intake can mean a lot of different things, and regular exercise can mean a lot of different things. So when I was getting this information from the Mintel report, which is linked down below if you did want to check that out, it didn't say exactly what the different criteria was. But the interesting thing about this is that exercise, out of all those other categories, was actually the greatest risk reduction for dementia in these individuals. And they were actually, I believe it was about 20 years that they were looked at in this study, 20 years. So that's a long time to look through somebody, and their chances of getting dementia went down greatly, specifically from the ones who had that regular exercise. In addition to this, if those same individuals had 4 out of the 5 criteria, as in if they were a regular exerciser, a non-smoker, drank moderately, had a healthy body weight and a healthy diet, if they had 4 out of 5 of those, they reduced the risk of developing dementia by 60%, which is honestly staggering. One of the big things when it comes to dementia and brain health is this idea of aerobic activity, that basically increasing that blood flow throughout your entire body. And specifically, you're going to bring it up to your head more. Better blood flow to your head means more nutrients to your head, more oxygen to your head, which is a huge part of keeping your brain cells alive. Aerobic activity shows also some increases in your hippocampus size in exercisers. And if you're not familiar, your hippocampus is basically where you develop memory and learning. So it's a really important thing when we're talking about dementia, Alzheimer's, all these different related issues. If you're exercising, it increases a literal part of your brain that helps with memory. Of course, it's going to improve your overall capability, specifically when we're talking about memory and learning. One of the things, as we talked about earlier in the podcast, is that they're kind of still developing in mechanisms from this. So they don't know entirely what's going on, but as we discussed, that increased blood flow to the brain will help tremendously. Blood brings nutrients. Nutrients just helps to give increased health and function to every single organism in the body, specifically cells in this case. And a lot of the research is done or has been done in aerobic activity, although I would guess that there probably is some benefits from resistance training, maybe a little bit from flexibility work. Just being physically active in general, I think, could help. But since aerobic activity is so highly cardiovascular, and there's a lot of blood flow going on through your whole body, I think that's why it's typically studied and done. So cool stuff there when it comes to exercise and dementia. If you want to improve your memory, improve your brain health, exercise is a great way to do that, and specifically in reducing the chances of developing dementia.